welcome. Thank you guys for coming today. Most of you, I presume, got the announcement today what the lesson topic is, which is
the ear-reddening move.
Game.
And move, both. I mean, we're going to talk about both, right? Because this is the most famous single move probably played in all of Go history, right? Is this one move in this game by Shusaku, and I think it's 1846, sometime in the 1840s. I should remember. I should know the year if I don't. And this is a game between basically one of the top Go players of the day, Genin Inseki. I can assume that's how you pronounce the Japanese. And Shusaku, who is also one of the most famous Go players of all time. In fact, you can read the commentary for this game. We have the book. Here's one. In the book Invincible, The Games of Shusaku, right? It's a very well-known Go book. If you have a Go library book collection, I mean, this should probably be part of it. It's almost every known game of Shusaku that we have in this book. And Shusaku's skill is legendary, been immortalized through the anime Hikaru no Go. Have you guys seen this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. So what's the connection to Shusaku in that? Anyone know the story?
He haunted the mind of Shusaku and...
Right. So he was the spirit trapped in the board, and then Shusaku somehow got this ghost spirit in him, right? And then Shusaku died young, and he's trapped in this board, and Hikaru no finds him, and now he's anyway. You go watch the anime. It's good. Okay, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Shusaku. Okay.
Well, that guy, yeah.
That guy. So this was a game he played when he was 17 years old, and sort of just becoming more and more well known, traveling around Japan, becoming known as this famous Go player. But he wasn't really that famous yet.
He was like a 4-dan or 5-dan at this point or something.
Does it say? Actually, I don't know what his rank was at the time. It's probably 4-dan, I would guess, for the early 1840s. Yeah. But I mean, he got promoted fairly quickly too. So I don't know the exact year. If you read Invincible, I bet you'll find it. I bet it'll tell you. Evan can look it up right now. Tell us. Maybe he can answer his own question. They arranged for him to play Genin Inseki, one of the strongest players, and they started with a 2-stone game, right? He gave Shusaku 2 stones, and Shusaku just destroyed it. It just wasn't going well for Genin. So he just said, nope, we're done, and he just. I saw actually one of the online comments I saw about this game was, "White is an escaper." The stronger player, didn't want to finish the game because he knew he was going to lose. But it was his privilege, basically, in that day, right? It was, as White, you sort of got to dictate, when and where you play the game, and if you don't feel like playing it, you weren't going to play. So he didn't want to finish the game. So in this game, Shusaku took black against Genin took white. There is no komi, right? This is sort of before the invention of komi. This is when they would still, if you truly met on an equal footing with another Go player, you'd actually alternate black and white, and you'd take the overall record to determine the score. Anyway, let's start the game. Let's see how this develops, okay? So, Shusaku is black, Genin is white, and black goes here. Right, so 2 corners, territorial. Again, this is very, very expected for 1800 style of play, right? They were very much interested in territory. You guys, this is a little more normal now, but really either one's still playable. This is a little more interested in influence. Well, they were more territorial across the board. White plays there. Still to this day, but even back then, they thought this was very good for black. Right, make territory, influence, moyo, get everything you want. So they knew that was very good for black. So White wants to disrupt it. Oops, stone. Which leads us to, anyone know the name of this Fuseki? We've seen it before. We've done a Fuseki day. David knows it. Does he know it?
I don't know.
Don't know the name? Oh, come on. The Shusaku Fuseki? This is a Fuseki that's named after Shusaku, right? This is the one that he popularized and would play a lot, where you sort of take 3 4s, and whatever your opponent does, you ignore it. Just take another corner, right? Corner is bigger than anything else you can do. You're having the first move in a corner. Again, there's something very interesting here, a little non-standard. It would be more normal for an approach on this corner. Again, you don't want, if you don't want black to get an enclosure this way, well, you don't want black to get an enclosure this way, right? So white has to come here. But this time Gannon doesn't. This time he comes here. So this is sort of the new wrinkle for this game. He says, I'm going to make an enclosure for myself. I have a stone there. I'm going to make territory and influence me. Shisaku does something very interesting here. Actually, this is something that I think you'll see pros still debate. Shisaku plays here, which is very good. I mean, you're getting cornered, you're limiting influence. One danger when white makes this formation is when white comes here, black's not going to get any points. There's no potential here, right? Normally when you get approached on one side, you can build on the other side, right? We've seen a lot of Joseki. White comes over here, black builds something over here, white builds something over here, right? And everybody's happy. But if that's the case here, why would black be unhappy? Can black build a lot over here? No, because of this stone, right? White's already like digging the foot in. So black doesn't want that to happen. Black still wants to retain potential, so black plays here.
So
A lot of people think black should play over here.
oh, so it's not that that was bad, it's just there's another possibility.
There's really two possibilities here, right? Because this kind of does the same thing. You know, we'll let white destroy any potential over here, but we're going to build our potential over here. So you can debate it. Very high level thinking. Certainly, none of us in the room can really decide which one is better for certain. But this is it's an interesting move, right? There's two very normal, non-standard moves here, right? Where white doesn't break up black's formation. White tries to build himself. And at the same time, black builds over here versus over here. Very minor, very minor. Okay, but this is sort of very high level opening kind of thinking. Not really what the lecture is about today, but interesting nonetheless. Okay, if you're white, where do you play? What's next?
Bottom right.
Here? Why here?
Same as before. I think equal to.
Exactly, right? I mean, look at this now. If black gets this move, it's like we got potential this way, we have territory, maybe we got a little potential over here. White doesn't have anywhere close to that amount of potential, right? Black stones are just working too low to get here. So we have to break it up. We did a lecture a while ago about invasions, right? When do you invade?
Your opponent has more potential.
Yeah, when you both built up and your opponent has more, you can't build up more than your opponent currently has, so you have to take it away. So white kind of feels that right here, so it comes right in. Shisaku plays one of his favorite moves. Does anyone know this? Maybe not. Do you have an idea, David?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. In which corner?
Lower right.
This one right here? Right move, wrong corner. He plays it over here. So well, what's the difference? Why would Shisaku want to play this corner versus this corner? This is a good question, right? So this is sort of like the Shisaku Joseki. We have the Shisaku Fuseki, right? And then the Shisaku Joseki. This is just the Kosumi that he played lots and lots of. So why would you play this? Well, even before that, what does this move do? Like, why would you play this move?
Pressures that stone on the side, reduces white's potential on the right side maybe a little bit, goes out into the middle.
There's a lot of little things.
A little bit flexible. You can go top, you can go side, you can live in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? If black plays over here, this is a good move too. But the downside is white can actually come and eat the corner, right? When we play here, if white tries this now, we have this very strong Hane. And now white is burdened, right? White can descend, but aha, the corner is still ours. White doesn't get the corner. It's small, but it's still ours. It also looks to build over here, right? This is actually very nice potential. It also threatens to come over here and force white down, right? So we can build a big wall over here and build something really big over here. It also threatens to come over here and just attack white directly, right? While keeping ourselves strong. So it does a lot of little things, right? The shape is actually quite strong. White can't really attack it. And it's also the key point for white if white wants to build the top. Because let's say we played over here. white could do this. And probably the most normal Joseki variation is black just crawls and lives. But how do you like this for white?
It's 1942, he's 17 and he's 4 done.
Thank you, Evan. 42, 17, 4 on. Got it? Dynamite. Look at all this potential, right? This is a huge box. We like making boxes, don't we? Really efficient.
It's a lot of stones too though.
It is a lot of stones. We are a little over-concentrated on one side of the board, but
But it's a nice box.
that's a nice looking box. I think we have to all admit. So, Shusaku sees this as potential for white. So he's going to develop, right? This now makes moves like this really good, right? This is support for this stone, while at the same time able to reduce white's potential completely. So he sees more white potential here than black potential here. Which makes sense, because this is a potential to be even a taller wall, right? So he's going to play this corner. All right, white plays one of Genen's most favorite moves. There's a name for this move. We've even talked about it. Anyone remember the name of this move? No.
It's the one you want to play close to edges.
This is the Taisha.
Avalanche.
Not avalanche, Taisha. Equally complicated, if not more so.
Oh, right, you just compare them.
Yeah. Like as far as hard Joseki, this is the one that everyone doesn't want to deal with. A lot of variations and a lot of places to go wrong, as we're going to see. But it's one of Genen's, right? He's one of the best Go players ever, quite frankly. He's in that list of, certainly dominating for his time. And there's this little punk kid, Shusaku, who wants to play him in Go, right? And basically beats him in a 2-stone game, plays another game. Time to bring out the big guns, right? And sure enough, it works. It tricks Shusaku. Here's the variation we're going to see. Black cuts through. This is normal, right? White has 2 stones. Don't let them connect. Keep them separated. Keep white very, very weak. So black cuts through. Very normal. If black didn't want to fight, this is also a normal move. A little bit strange looking, but normal. And Joseki looks something like this. Something over here, depending on spacing. Also Joseki, but a little weird, right? Do you guys play Joseki like this? All right, it is one though, right? Black gets some territory, white gets some influence. There's still this cut, so there's Aji left behind. Black isn't completely safe, but for the most part, settled. But this is seen as being a little timid, and not only that, Black was really hoping to develop this or this in a big way. Does this develop either one? Like, not at all. Like, it just lets black get flattened out here, and any sort of big extension coming from this side is already blocked by white. All right, so they're thinking in big, big chunks of areas here. So they don't want that, or at least Shusaku doesn't want that. So he cuts through, he plays the fighting variation, right? We're going to split white into 2, and we're going to fight. We have done this before, and actually the one variation we have covered before, you're going to see part of it. White wedges, basically saying, well, if you're going to cut me in 2, I'm going to cut you in 2. Black Ataris.
Can white do that if it's black in the upper left corner? Like if that ladder is going to black?
Here's the thing. Every stone, the ladder, and the 2 sides will matter in this fight.
Right.
And the reason why Shusaku also likes this is because of this stone. This stone will be very, very useful in like the normal variations of this. Except Genen's going to trick him into not one of the normal variations. So he's not going to get to use this stone the way he should. Okay, black has to connect, otherwise we just die, right? Have to connect. White does get this Atari. But, I mean, check out this formation, right? We got a black group, we got a black group, we got a white group, we've got another white group with a cut. Yes. Craziness, right? We already have this 4-group fight, you know, and you want just normal Joseki, just instantly start. Normal move for white to come around here, like this. Again, try to eat black while making a base for white. Makes sense, yes? Black has to not get surrounded, so black comes out. Now, this is the trick move. A normal, you know, a normal game, white would normally just connect, or maybe even play this. There are a couple of variations here. Like this would be normal, and we get this running fight, where this group would sort of run this way, this black group would run this way, this black group would run this way, and this white group would sort of occupy the middle space. And this would be great for black, because where's black running to? A friend. Right? So this would be great. Gannon doesn't play there. Gannon plays here. This move is very hard. And it's partially, you know, it's still a famous move today. I mean, even outside of this game, just if you look in a Joseki book about Taisha, like Taisha has to tell you about this move, right? Because this is the move that tricks Shusaku, right? This is the one that makes him suffer so incredibly much at the beginning of this game. Because what is it setting up? What's the problem for black?
The ladder.
Yeah, where's this ladder, right? If black doesn't respond over here, ladder's these 2 stones, dead, white owns everything, right? This group still looks sad. And if black does respond over here, and let's say we do that a few times, which is actually the game, white comes over here. And this is a problem for black, because you see this group here? If we try to run, push, white has this move. This move is killer. What do you play as black? You're thinking there's all these weak points here, right?
Oh, ladder. Doesn't work.
A little short.
Yeah, well, if we try this one, black's like, yeah, I killed your stone, you're stupid. White punish time. How do you punish?
Atari and kill the big black group?
Yeah, right here. White Atari's back, black takes. All these stones are dead. But these stones aren't even really alive yet either, right? These can be attacked. They have no base. So this is really dangerous for black. I can't stress how dangerous this is. So this is the game, right? So black does this running fight here. And white comes over here. And Shusaku needs to play here. This is the move that doesn't let that double Atari thing work and get him short of liberties. He only plays here. And he thinks he's okay because, you know, there are all these white cuts. Before white goes to play that extra aggressive move, white comes here. And now once white gets more stones over here, trouble. That last sequence we worked out.
Was white afraid that otherwise black could...
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact
Sorry,
sequence
more-
here. But if white just plays this
Desperate
directly,
like Atari there, then Atari the 2 stones, and then move
yeah,
up and,
there
I don't
it
know,
looks like
add or something.
there's this problem.
Double laddery.
Yeah, there's issues. I'm not sure the exact sequence, but it's very dangerous. I'm not sure what way it's supposed to go. Maybe there? It's really hard to know. Either way, danger. But yes, getting one more stone there solves the problem. And doesn't have to worry about that. So white plays here, black makes this exchange, white comes here, and sure enough, double Hane, right? You saw it coming, you knew about it. Shusaku got tricked by this move, right? He responded too many times over here. Okay.
Wait, White had one more up there at this point, right?
Nope, thank you. Yep, yes, or one more. That's the situation. So what if we just live? What if we just try to make life? It's black. Try to play here, right? Or here? One of these two? Well, let's say white connects. Let's play over here. And white plays this. And then something like this.
Seems like they're leaving the big empty space in the middle.
Well, not only that, I mean, white's has these sentai moves against you. Right, and white's strong over here, so white can come back and start attacking you. Right, white's alive in the corner. These 5 stones, not very healthy looking.
But congratulations on your 3 points, Black.
Congratulations on your, it's like 5. About 5 points. Yeah, maybe 4. Okay. This would be really, really sad, right? For Shusaku, makes 3 points and gets attacked for the rest of the game. Wonderful. Can't do it. Can't do it. Yep, good. So in that last sequence, though, do you remember when black did this? White could go here, and before we had to just make eye space, right? Can black do this? And if so, what's the benefit?
Start out.
Shusaku can make a ko to get out of this. And it's not so much that, he's making a ko for fun. It's that if he doesn't, the result is terrible. Okay? He needs to find a way to put more pressure on this. See these 4 stones? If they can make Sentei life, he just gets attacked on the outside. He needs to find a way to up the tempo. What's the problem, though, when this happens?
Black has to win it twice.
Oops,
Also, there shouldn't be that white stone.
I just confused myself.
Yeah.
There we go. Like that, right? Who needs to make a co-threat?
Black.
Is there a co-threat?
Is there a co-threat?
Yeah, is there a co-threat?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Outside on the left side of that.
Here? Here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which one?
That can't be.
Either one.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
The top one.
This one?
Yes. Oh. What? Fine.
So you're out. But, yeah, it's okay. Big corner for white. This will be okay. This will be okay. Shusaku wants more.
He wants better than okay.
Let me show you what he plays. So we're in this part of the situation.
Is he Atari first? Alright, go ahead.
Sorry, he goes, yes, he takes this Atari first. Before he starts the ko. White has to go here now, right? There's no ko right now, right?
Yeah.
So there's no reason to play somewhere else, so he takes it over here. Now black can come over here. And white plays this. Now we can play this. Here's the difference. If white fights a ko now, white doesn't do this. This isn't the game. But if white were to fight the ko right now, black has 2 ko threats that are you have to respond. Here. And then another one. If white loses these stones, this is in trouble, this is in trouble, that could still be in trouble if white doesn't finish it.
It's slightly ugly for white.
It's slightly ugly for white, right? These 2 stones are really important. This is very, very subtle, very, very cool, right? But Shusaku can read 5 moves in advance. knows it's going to go to ko, right? So he makes a preparatory move to get white to commit. And that's this Atari. Very, very brave. Right? Force white to commit. Now you have two ultimate co-threats that white has to respond to no matter what. That's what he's looking for.
What kind of co-threats does white have? Does he have anything?
Not a whole lot.
I don't see anything that could possibly be bigger than that.
Well, we'll see what happens. So after this, white actually goes here. And black responds. This is also a very subtle exchange. I forget the reason why. Maybe you should know the reason why. There is a cool thing that this Liberty Shore sets up when this ko thing happens, but I forgot what it was. Don't worry, it's very cool. Trust me. Go on. White goes here, start the ko. Or actually, black goes there technically to start the ko. White takes first. Where does black go? Has to use the ultimate ko threat, right? Has to respond to that. Otherwise, this gets captured, black's out, danger and danger. White must respond. So black gets to take the ko. If black wins this ko, what's in trouble?
The 4 white stones.
These. White doesn't have a threat, as Evan noticed, right?
No, he does not.
No, he still doesn't.
No, he doesn't, because he can just take that.
He's got to run. He's got Gannon on the run. Here's the
This is
thing.
what happens when you trick me.
Black should finish the ko, right?
You can make it bigger.
Go right there. We do have one ultimate ko threat. He actually responds to this first, though. And the reason is he knows he has an ultimate ko threat, right? He has one more ko threat. So he can respond one more time. Oh, you want to run? No, I got one more. You stay put.
Hey Nick, if he Ataris those 3 stones instead of up the side, if he plays on top of them, doesn't he get another threat out of that? I mean, it's weaker, and he
Yeah,
doesn't need
but
it.
here's the thing. When this happens, this is a major.
This is just
all
way
these
too
stones are no
strong for
longer
white.
useful.
That's just way too strong to let white have.
Yeah, you're giving what I mean. Yes, you do have a 3rd or 4th threat, Evan, for threats. But he doesn't need 4,
Right.
right? He just needs 1 or 2. Really, 1 is all he needs. The second one's a bonus, right? But the problem with this threat is this threat loses you a lot of points.
Right.
Because as soon as this ko is finished, all of these stones you played are trash. I don't want to make my stones into trash if I don't have to. And if he plays this way, these stones still aren't quite alive yet. Right? So he doesn't want to make his stones into trash. He's still using them as cutting stones, even though they're ko-threads. Right? They actually still have a feature later on to attack this. Okay? So he responds here. White takes the ko. Oops, that's not there yet. Okay.
Ultimate code threat number 2.
Ultimate ko threat, right? Can't get eaten there. So I have to respond. Black takes the ko. Let's see where we are. Yep. White still worrying, right? Plays here to secure life. Now black finishes the ko. And white wants to make life. See how this works? Why does this live?
Well, black has to expand.
Yeah, well, if black plays this, white just takes 2 eyes. So black would have to do this. White can keep pushing. Black would have to do this, right? Where does white go?
Around.
Doesn't matter, right? Any cut works, right? Can capture there, an Atari and capture there. White has 2 eyes. But, hold on. Oh, oops, that's there. So when white plays this, though, black plays a really Oh, no, black takes the threat, right? White plays here, black takes the ko. White needs to push. Black plays a really awesome move. And again, this is, once this move happens, the game really doesn't come about mistakes anymore. It's just a glorious game where everyone is playing amazing moves. And here's one of them. Okay, so I mean, even this ko sequence is very filled with subtlety, right? Making sure you have ultimate ko threats that your opponent can't respond to. This is a really cool move. Where do you play now as black? To help this group of stones and help this stone link up. You can't save everything, but the point is you can make your shape really nice and solid while white suffers. It has to take things in gote. Like most of you, we would play here, right? And white would play here, and then black would play here. White would play here, and now there's a defect left in your shape, right? So that's not so great.
So he's basically looking for Sente with his response?
Basically looking for a Sente way for black to annoy white. Fix the shape and move on.
So yeah.
That's what we're looking for. Right? The normal way, and this way there's
The next one ways down.
all right, wait, maybe, this way is no good, right, as we noted?
Yeah.
So yeah, does he push in there between those two white groups first?
Yes. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Extend down.
This doesn't get you anything.
Well, it seemed like a good idea.
It could be. I mean, there seems like there might be a shortage of liberty thing, but there's really not.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you extend down?
What's down, Millie?
Never mind. The right side.
Yeah, this way?
No.
I think she means
The
19
singular
7
black stone.
or 19 8 or whatever. That's
Here?
what she means.
Millie. I mean, either way, I'd probably that way. Actually, maybe that way.
That's just giving them lunch.
This is putting frosting on your gift. Too fancy. I'll show you the really, really cool move Shisaku comes up with. Again, this is a move a lot of professionals wouldn't find today. That one. What does this move do?
Has to take the one stone.
White has to take the one stone now, right? This move threatens to save this. Not only does it threaten to save this, doesn't this help link up? Doesn't help this make this stronger and develop this into points? And at the same time help the liberty situation over here?
Stone to live still.
That's right. And white still has to come back and capture the stone. That's a really sweet move. Like we would normally just play this, right? And take gote and make a solid base over here. But what it takes us 2 moves in gote and take a Shusaku 1. Right? He finds the key point.
And Sente.
And Sente. White isn't just going to take the stone. That's lame sauce. White's going to get everything he can. He's going to take the stone and get an extra point. Right, leave a defect. It's cool to Tsuji. Right, but that's done, right? Shisaku doesn't need to come back and fix this. Right, white's alive. If white cuts, he doesn't care. You can have your points. I make wall, I invade everywhere I win. No worries.
And couldn't black extend from that single stone that's in Atari now? What if he,
Here?
no, before that, before he Atari'd it? Where?
Oh.
What if he,
right here.
if he stands,
Yeah, but this is the same problem as before, right? There's Atari.
oh, yeah.
So, same problem. So black just has to give it up.
I mean, part of the problem is you have this cut, this defect, and it makes the chain of black stones just a little too short.
Yeah. So Shisaku doesn't want this defect to be exposed.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about a defect over here, right?
Yeah.
He just
No.
can't have a defect here. So that's why he finds this move.
He's got to kind of step quite away from the action.
That's right. Just back off a little bit. Right? You don't need to play right next to your opponent's stones all the time. Just give it a little space and your stones will be stronger.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Why does he not care about the defect closer to the edge?
Because this is alive, right? So if this is alive, this is only points, right? Anytime, if he wants points, I have points now. But if there's more important issues on the board, and usually there are in the opening, right? It's not just about points, it's about finding your opponent's weakness and defending your own. So you don't get chased all around the board and get captured. So he doesn't care if he gets cut. All right, so he just plays very, very simply. You want that point? Good, take it. You still want it? You still want it, right? There's, at any point, if white gives up on this, black will just play here and then force white to take it back, right? This is like 3 points for white. And black got a lot stronger on the outside. So yes, they could all be black's points, but right now we're just talking about points. So not important. Be important later, though. Shisaku does that. Why does he do that?
Because otherwise they're gonna die, they're gonna net.
Yeah, these two stones, actually the net doesn't quite work, but it's really close to working, isn't it? Because of this push, Atari. It actually gets really interesting because white can double Hani there. I don't want to read it, but it's a problem, right? White can get lots of cool stuff. That doesn't work completely cleanly. So he pushes up once. Not only does he push up once, but also threatens an Atari on white. So if white doesn't respond, black will go here. Then black can play moves like this. How's that?
It's a little different.
Yeah, this is almost like a double sente area of the board, right? We have cutting stones cutting each other off. Really important. This is why Shisaku needs sente over here. And he doesn't care about the points, right? Because that's what's on the board right now, right? Doesn't care about the points. So he plays here. Where would you play? If you were Genin, where would you play?
There's 3.
What is it?
The hand out of the 3.
That one or that one?
Right there, yeah.
That seems very
Ready?
dangerous, because now black still gets that. And,
Black's got the cure penalty, yeah.
yeah,
But how about just tarring that white stone?
no.
No.
Oh, definitely not. So, attarring this stone is a very bad idea. Let's talk about it. Why?
It gets stronger than it attacks you back.
Yeah, where are you going to attar it, John?
Well, I was going to put it on the side,
Here?
let them run out, and then come back out. Yeah.
Yeah, but what happened to your stone?
Okay, you're thinking maybe there's a way of killing this. Okay.
I want to put as much pressure on my opponent at all times, right? Which means I don't want to help them. When I atari this, it's not really getting me a whole lot, and it's helping my opponent a lot because it's hurting this stone. But if I play a move like this, and if my opponent has to make a response down here like this, I'm not going to atari this stone, I'm going to do that. How does this group feel now?
It's not a smiley face.
It's not a smiley face. It is a super sad group. Right? It has one eye and no friends.
That's pretty sad.
It's pretty sad. So, 2 cutting stones, no one helps anybody, right? We've seen this formation before, pretend the game is not going on. We've seen like when we have cross cuts in the middle of the board like this. Let's say there are no stones on the board except for this. Where should black play?
Extend,
Yeah, this way. Where should white play?
extend perpendicular to that.
Where should black play?
Same thing.
Where should white play?
Pinwheel.
Did anyone Atari? Why?
Because it's bad.
Because it's bad in this case, right? When you're in a fight with the individual stones, Ataring is bad. It helps your opponent become stronger. And whenever you Atari, you're leaving a weakness for yourself. Right? If I take an Atari here, now there's a weakness there. I care about it. Don't do it. So, let's go back to this question. Where do you play, White? We just did that one, right?
I kind of like the one above that. I don't know. I'm not sure why I like it. I don't think it's actually that good. I just yeah, still not good.
No. Cut off, right?
Yes.
Would you play a stone there now?
No.
Okay, and this is bad.
Yes.
Okay. One more try.
Well, there's something.
You guys might be overthinking this one. I'm just saying.
Just extend. Up.
You are a 7-dan professional in the year 1842.
Yay!
Yeah, here, right? This gets white out, keeps this weak, doesn't give black any agi. Right? Keep yourself strong and your opponent's weak. If you play moves like this, hopefully you're good at reading. Hopefully you're a lot better at reading than your opponent. Because this is just leaves weaknesses for everybody.
My friend Sebastian likes to say, don't go fishing when your house is on fire.
That's right. Put out the fire first. No fire. Okay, after black makes this exchange, black says, oh, white's stronger now. If white's stronger, this cut actually gets a lot bigger. Make points. Safe cut. Before, if white cuts here, black could also attack this way, right, and be safe. Don't have to worry about it. But fix this. Once black fixes this, white's actually in trouble again. So white fixes. I won't go through the sequence, but just believe me, white's I think it's co for white to live actually after this. All right, black plays there. Why would black play there?
Those stones don't die, so white stones
Number one,
do
keep
die.
your stone strong, right? Your house is on fire. Second, what's the next reason?
Push those stones on the bottom around so you can get nice and strong. Get a
Yeah,
little
these
wall
aren't
going.
alive, right? And if we're strong here, we can start harassing these.
So why there instead of one space lower?
Here, I'm not exactly sure why. I think it just has to do with when white comes out with one of these moves, it feels like black owes another move now, right? Because if black doesn't play another move, white's going to come here, and now whose house is on fire again? So he plays here. Now when white responds, he doesn't necessarily need to respond again.
But he's got almost, well, probably the same amount of potential to push white around from here as he does one space lower.
It's very close, yeah. I mean, again, it's playing a little bit further away just to ensure that you can still attack, you get everything you still want, but you're just a little bit stronger. White plays here. Not only does this make an eye, it actually threatens to take away black's other eye. Black has to play there to make 2 eyes, right? This is a false eye after white connects. Right, so this connection didn't only secure life for this, it also made this move sente. Once black makes life, white comes there. Why does white play there? Everyone should be able to tell me this.
Because it's an ideal extension.
Number 1, 2 stones, 3 space jump, good. Why else? Why would you play in this side of the board to begin with?
It's attacking that corner. It's threatening to take away the base. Black's base.
Yeah, it's threatening way to take away black's points. Black can also come in here, and white doesn't have 2 eyes yet. Right? Black can get really creative, something like this. It's probably a little overplay, but maybe that's better. White's gonna suffer for a little while, right? While black puts a big wall here and makes all these into black points. So white has to come out first. Make sure white can make a base and reduce black's potential. Black plays here. Again, black's saying, I'm just keeping myself strong. I'll worry about points later. Right, I'll worry about points when I need to take points. The problem with this move, I mean, you're saying whoa, David. Why are you saying whoa?
He left the corner wide open.
He leaves it wide open, right?
Yeah.
Think, oh, that should be my points. But that's sort of the problem. Shusaku's behind, right? He got behind because of this whole business. So if he just tries to take points right now, he's going to get attacked everywhere. Right? There's this problem here. Why can we get out? He just wants to stay connected, stay safe. All right, here's a question for you guys. If you're white, where do you play? Where do you think the biggest potential on the board is?
Outside.
Top.
Up here?
Yeah.
Or over here? These are the two biggest areas.
Oh.
Well, you kind of
Why is this so big?
Because you want to keep black from extending down the side there and making it big.
This is basically a really big wall, right?
Yeah.
Think of the size of box we can make if we play over here. Why is this area big?
Same thing, but for white.
It's white on both sides though. The top area is white on both ends.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, white's got kind of isolated stone there, so black comes in. He's not only fighting for some of that upper middle, but he's also maybe going to lose a bunch of the corner there.
Yeah.
So he's got, on one hand, he's maybe got to protect his investment there, and on the other hand, he's got to hold the other something to exploit.
Uh-huh.
So he's what, trying to decide whether to exploit or be exploited, or?
Yeah, I don't know what the right answer is. I can show you what Genin plays.
well, if it seems like if white's ahead, then he'll try and pen black in more than he'll develop his own. Maybe not.
Either way, I don't know.
It sort of seems like both those are so good, so that whatever white does, black's going to go the other side.
That's right. Basically, they're Mii,
Yeah,
right? You guys know the concept of Mii?
yeah.
Right, there's two good spots. I'm going to get one. My opponent's going to get one. That's it. To some degree, these are Mii, right? Right, we have a lot of potential for black over here. We have a lot of potential for white over here. Genin decides this one's bigger. And the reason why he thinks this one is bigger is, again, I think because black's open under here. So if white reduces from the outside, and white can reduce from the bottom, not only is there nothing over here for black, there's even still possibility for cutting points and other mischief too, to weaken that whole group. So sure enough, Shusaku plays up there, right? And I'm sure if Genin went back to play this, you would see a move here, something like this. If white went up here, black would go down there. White goes down there, black goes down there.
Is that the line that white would play on? Would he play on 11 or would he play on 10?
Well, this makes a 4 space extension. That's weird, number
Pretty
one.
bad.
And number two, this, is a very well-known Joseki against the Kusumi. Right? Whoops. Oh. Black goes there. White can lean on this to get stronger, prevent black from connecting, and it can be a fight. But
Okay.
here, black has this more room to run. So I don't know what he would do. He might do that too. I don't know. They're on a whole nother level than I am, so I don't know everything. But sure enough, right, we sort of see this Mii type of exchange. Then white comes back here. So why does white come back there?
Keep black from making a base.
Yeah, and again, keep this stone weak, and check that out, right? It's not as big of a box as this whole top side, but it's still pretty big. But certainly keeps black from having a base, and as long as black is weak, white is strong. All right, the next move is a really, really subtle go move. Dawn level players will play this a lot. You guys won't ever. How does black feel about this stone?
How does black feel about the white stone?
That's right.
it's a potential problem here.
Why is it a problem?
Because he can mess around with you.
Yeah, it looks like white actually just has enough room to almost live.
So like 13,
Right.
3 or 17?
It has enough room to run out. And as long as this stone isn't dead or killed, this stone's really weak by comparison.
I mean, it certainly seems like it can run out.
It certainly does, doesn't it, John?
And if it runs out and it's alive, then it kind of makes that black stone look kind of useless.
It certainly does. But on the same token, if we just try to hem it in like this, if we just try to link up, what's the problem with this?
Thicker corner is alive. You got some cutting points.
Yeah, I mean, if white lives here, it's terrible, right? Black gets these points, doesn't get any of these. Maybe there's something here, but we don't really know yet. This is still, it's kind of strong. Certainly has at least one eye. Tough to know. So, oops, that's there. Why?
You're forcing white to make a big investment in that stone if he responds.
Yeah, making white heavy, right? Number one, if white plays this, making white a bigger target. And second, you're not letting white make a base. They're saying, you can run, but if you run, I'm going to run. Right? No one's living right here. And if we're both running, at least I'll get the corner points. So it's very good timing. Okay. After this move, white actually decides to change the direction a little bit. White's a little bit worried for this group. I mean, we have an eye, but if this starts running, you guys remember our class on attacking not too long ago? What is black likely to figure out a way to do?
Attack the white group and then use that to lean on that top group. Well, not lean, but squish.
Yeah, again, we're only guaranteed one eye over here. So, black might be able to find a move like this. Now where's the stone going to run to? In the meantime, we're not alive yet. So, white plays over here. Immediately, no thinking. Oh, lots of thinking. They played this game over 3 days, so I'm sure there's lots of thinking. Since white didn't get stronger there, black actually has time to get stronger. White plays a really awesome move here. Here's another really awesome move. Wouldn't white like to find a way to simultaneously make this stronger, utilize that stone, and destroy these points?
Yes.
I think I settled for 2 of those 3.
You still have 2 of 3 in your game? And this is a move you can only play if you're really good at reading. Right? Because you have to know what's going to happen when black tries to cut you. In several different ways, right? There's several different ways for black to cut. But this move totally works. It is awesome.
5 ways. I said there are like 5 ways just to cut those 2 stones.
I know, right? You have to read all of them. Black could just say, okay, you get to play that, you're allowed. I just fix my points, stay connected. Be very calm and patient. But the problem with this, first of all, it's like white got a free move in here. There might be more free stuff for white now, since white has this anchor to destroy this. And we're also not really attacking this anymore, right? This group starts to feel really safe. So black could play this way. Just take points, let white say, okay, back off, you win. Shusaku tries to cut this off. And he's thinking, well, as long as I can cut this off, this group still isn't 100% alive yet. It's more than so than it was before, but it still has a weakness. White says, okay, time for a plan. Here's the sequence I read out. Did you read out this one? he makes this exchange, again, just to create Aji that will be used later. And once he makes this exchange, he then comes back to play this. This is tough reading. Shusaku, again, wants to cut it off. White wants to make sure white's alive. And now, the problem here, there's a couple problems. Number one, you guys see this group? If white comes down here, there could be an issue. Shusaku played these moves thinking that if white cut, well, I can still get out, sort of. I mean, it's not the best kind of out, but we can have an all-out war where I'm out and he's out, and it's just a fight. You know, I don't get my points over here, but I'm out. Hence, that's what these two moves are doing. If white cuts off this way, black will come back and just make points. White will have the outside, but at least black will have points and be connected. So either way, right, black is allowed, either one of those scenarios is okay. So he comes back and he removes this Aji, right, before this connects up to here and destroys all these points and starts attacking this again. Very, very confusing fight, right, because you have this group, you have this group, you have these two white pieces of junk. They're just not dead yet. These two stones, this group, and these two cutting stones in this group, right? Lots of connections to worry about, right? Which group is going to connect to where it becomes safe. After black plays this, white comes over here, both simultaneously trying to disrupt this group's connection as well as cut these two off. Very scary move if you're white, or if you're black, right? But Shusaku already read this out. He played these two moves in Sente, right? They were free for him, essentially. He just comes back and connects. Right? By giving up these two stones, making sure he has two ways out, he can actually kill this invasion off cleanly. Mostly cleanly. Very, very subtle go playing. Right? Trying to show, you know, play a couple Sente moves that give you two options, and then come back and do the thing you really want to do. Just kill that off. White plays another really good move. And really hard to understand why. But this is a move that's still very much praised today. Because what is it doing?
Still attacking the side.
Yeah, it's still threatening all this stuff over here.
It's even making, well, might not need it, but that could be a real eye now. In there, I don't know. Makes those stones a lot stronger.
It could be real eye, and there's also later on, not yet, but later on, there's moves like this. That's a hard move to see, right? But to see what it's doing,
It's a cool move.
that's a really cool move, right? Where black has to come back and connect here.
He doesn't have to come back right away.
No, there's other, well, but I mean, pretty close to it, right? He's only got 3 liberties.
Well, if he pops in on the fourth line, Atari the white stone. This is no, the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, there. So now he has to connect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to take the Atari first?
No.
Okay. Yeah, but you know, this makes all these connections this work, right? Well, I can get free stuff here if he needs it. Shusaku, he can read and he can see there's actually a problem here, right? If white comes, you know, white can't kill black, right? Black can still link up. You see how these are linked up here? Right, white's safe, or sorry, black's safe.
But it's white's move, right?
But it is white's move, and remember this move? This move shorts a lot of black liberties. White can actually seal this whole thing in Sente. So this move, you know, basically kills these off, or at least makes the connection clean. Still leaves some Aji, and can seal it all in Sente, right? White will never have a problem here again for the rest of the game, right, after this one move out here. It's pretty cool. Very subtle, very, very advanced subtle. Right, because of this, there's a liberty shortage here. But black has no time. Black's behind, right? Black would really love a tempo, come back and play a move like this, or like this. right? Anything to make sure that he has enough liberties and points to take all of this, but he doesn't. Comes back there. Again, white's not alive. White has to make sure white's alive.
Is this black being supremely confident?
Black is really good at reading.
I mean, so he's confident about this.
Always, yeah. I mean, this is basically, from this opening debacle on, virtually both sides play is flawless. I mean, it's very hard to criticize, even today. Or so I'm told. I'm not good enough to even come close to criticizing it, right? But if you read anything about this game, that's what the professional read is. Check out this move, right? Double Hane. What does that do?
Threatens to, well, it's gonna give black the corner, right? And make white live small on the side.
Yeah. Remember how black thought that was his corner? This is where he makes it his corner. White can Atari. That's the game. White wants to live over here. We should probably kill that stone. And black, at any point, come over here and take the corner back, right? But guess what? He can't. He's still too far behind. If black just comes and takes the corner, let's do a little scoring, yes. There's some endgame here, so this is really only about 15 points for black. 18, 21, 24, 26, 28, 29, 30, plus about 10, 40-ish. Black has about 42, 45, so we'll give black, 45, basically. White, we're looking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Depending on how this goes, right? 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31-ish. And then about another 8, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Something in there. White, I would say as far as absolute territory, they're about even, but who has any potential left? Is there any potential left? Is that potential?
Seems that more.
And it's white's turn.
If black takes, is right, and it's white's turn, right? If black takes this, so black can't take that. Has to make more trouble. He's strong here now, right? He cleaned this up. He's got 2 stones here. Has to break up white's largest area. Has to do it. All right. White says, I still have Aji. And I won't play out the whole sequence because it's not that interesting. Well, let's say it's above my level for the most part, but white's threatening to come out underneath, as well as there is a cut problem here, actually, that this stone sets up. The other reason why this is genius is it actually uses this cut. If black doesn't respond to this correctly, black cannot play this. Let's try it. White, destroy black. Or at least make black cry a little. Hard, actually. There.
That's what I was thinking.
I think that's a good move. You block? Block, yes?
Yes.
Cut. Connect.
Sure.
Don't Atari, right? That makes it worse.
Connect.
Connect. How about Atari?
Connect.
How about cut? Actually, that cut, wait, there first, I think? There we go. Like that one. Remember how black could link up over here? If black cuts like this now? New problem.
Works less well now.
Can't cut anymore. These die. Because of that move. Right? So, go is hard. Let's try to get this back into shape here. That's why white can play all this, right? It's because of this move, right? There's still this cut over here. That's crazy, right? Situation is like, there's a stone there, there's a stone there. I think that's where we were, right? When we connected here. Can't connect here. These die. If you connect here, these die.
Are those 3 black ones connected?
Actually, black just played. Instead of playing this one, black plays that one, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, Zagu can read. He knows this. He comes back and he has to play here. Even when black plays here, white can still do this now. Right, but white was saving it to see if how black would play over here. Black has to cut. And then we do this sequence. We kind of read this out earlier, right? Shorting the liberties over here. Black connects. Let me scroll forward here just to make sure I'm caught up. And you remember our friend that move? This takes away a lot of liberties from black. Right? Because now black has to fill this in. He has to fill in his own liberty. No matter what Atari you take, John, you have to fill in your own liberty. Very cool move. So he actually does take the Atari first. Oh, actually, no, hold on. He plays a cooler move. He plays that one. Now black takes. And white just connects.
What's that better for white?
I think here, if black plays somewhere else, if we play here.
Yeah, black connects, you Atari again, black connects.
Ouch. Play here?
Not the other side.
Can't connect, right?
Yeah.
If you play, still can't, you have to come back and kill this. Yes?
Yeah.
So play that. Have to come back and kill this, right? White plays here. Still can't connect.
Oh.
Have to come back and kill this. White kills all these stones. Cool. That didn't happen. Here, let's take these off. So instead of dying, black comes back to just basically connect to make sure all these can't die. But it's Sente for white, right? That's a big gain for white. So I can still play that. White has to come back and finish that off. And now, and only now, does white come back and play the move up top. Black does get a little compensation for it, though. In the sense that, remember these was white's potential? Now whose potential is it? Black, right? But the problem with the territory that black thought he had, no longer, right? White's invasion is successful. Plays one other forcing move. Again, just to help tame that stone. And now he plays this. Right, well, hey, if we have potential here, white still has points, we need to find a way to reduce it. All right, what would you play as white? Your opponent just played this. What would you play? Do you do this? What does black play?
No, pre-extended cross-cut.
Yeah, so if we come back and take this, black plays here. You take, black does that, don't take. black does that, black can come back and atar you. Have to come back over here, I think, right? It just gets black free stuff and stronger. And if you take here, you know, black can split you. Or invade or do other stuff, right? Black's stronger here. So that's a bad move.
Did I miss the ear-reddening move there?
Not yet, not yet. We'll let you know, we'll let you know.
Okay.
We gotta develop just a little bit more and then we'll see it. It'll happen. Oops, that's, yeah, one more stone there. So what do you do?
Moves left at the bottom. Black didn't play out.
Like this. Good, thank you.
And white didn't take the black stone.
Thank you, Lisa. So what do you play as white? How do you deal with this? This is really annoying attachment.
Black stone. 3-3.
33?
Yeah.
What about
Perfect.
2-3?
What was your idea?
2-3?
Yeah, this would be your other idea, right?
I meant to just move over to the left one.
Oh, that.
Move it 1/1. There.
There. Well, the problem with this
Yeah.
is that black will just peep and now you still have a defect.
Oh,
And so it's kind of like you just gave away your corner for free.
okay.
It's, you know, it's okay, but
Yeah.
this is actually better. Because if black does this now, you could play there if you wanted to keep your corner. But this is the move. Very nice, David. White doesn't want to have any Aji, right? And if black doesn't respond later on, white can get this, no defect, and kill black stone. So if black wants, you know, it's like black threw an idea out there, and white said, it's yours if you want it. Do you really want it? No, so it's this forcing move. Now black comes back in to take this. Some other big points left on the board. White has to decide to do this or this. This is actually a very hard decision. If we take away these points from black, we could just play here, right? And no points, right? But the problem is moves like this. We still have this black influence and we can attack white. So white doesn't want to do that. White instead says, I'm going to reduce black the maximum possible and make a base for these stones, so all my stones are safe. Good luck finding enough points left on this board. After we do that, Shisaku treats these as Miai, right? Oh, you want the outside? I'll take the inside. So white takes, comes back. All right, big turning point in the game. It's white's move. White's looking at the board. White's thinking, still winning, right? Still has these points. There's some points here for black, but they got a lot smaller because black needs to come back and kill these two off. So there's two less points here than I think.
Isn't white ahead on that? It seems that those black stones are as good as dead now.
Did I miss a move?
If white plays on the edge, black's in the
That
front.
stone's not there.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, they're not dead
Yeah,
yet.
you slipped that in sometime.
We did in the capture race, and I forgot to take it off. They're not dead yet.
Okay.
But anytime, you know, white can take this and Sente and this and Sente and,
Yeah.
you know, force black to fill in his own territory. So there's some points here. But there's also a big endgame for white here, too. So this gets really small really easily. So white has these. White has a little bit here. White still has stuff up here. A little bit in here as well. Black's got, I don't know, maybe 8 to 9 in here. There's actually a lot of endgame in here for white to reduce this. So that's probably black's, you know, second biggest territory, and there's some in here, but white still looks like white's ahead. And it's white's move. At very worst, white's even with black in terms of territory. And it's white's move. So white is thinking, you know, all I have to do is just make sure that, you know, black doesn't get any real potential in the middle here. And one way to do that is by attacking, right? It's by, you know, just running black groups all over the place. So white finds a really cool move. This is a very different, and part of this is also because this move is Sente for black, right? Basically, you know, white has to respond, otherwise or die. So it prevents this Sente move from black while threatening to cut off this group. right? Again, getting what you want in Sente. Black has a problem, right? Black needs to find a way to make 1,000,000 points, and at the same time, fix these stones, right? Figure out a way to connect these. Find a way to reduce this, make more points, and solve that problem. All right, go. That's your mission. This is the ear-reddening move. How do you make more points, save these stones, and get ready to invade that? There he's going. Nope, can't be done. Can't be done.
Eight, 9-ish? 9-ish?
9, 9-ish right there.
Oh, something close.
Pretty good.
9-10?
That's the move Shisaku finds. This is the famous ear-reddening.
I was looking at the other 9-10, but,
Oh, you're looking at the other one?
but I'll take it.
And there are a couple weird things about this move. First of all, it's not very usual we see just a move sort of out in the middle somewhere, right? It doesn't really have a direct connection to anything. It's all these very, very indirect connections. Second, it's kind of unusual because it's so close. This is very, very strong white group over here, right? But at the same time, it's very, very close to that really that white strong group. Third, it actually makes it, this one move, this one point, makes it so white can't kill these. Just having that one extra point there. And if we watch a stone in here, these two get a lot weak very quickly, and it has this same axis line to run up to. Very easy way for black to run. Or alternatively, we could just play something like this, and this stone helps contribute to center points. This move is called the ear-reddening move because there are a bunch of Go players, professionals, who are sort of aware of this game, watching it while it was going on, and they were debating. They actually at this point were going, what is Shisaku doing? I mean, Genin is up, this move is nothing, and there was this one doctor who didn't know a whole lot about Go, but who was in the room at the time, as the story goes, and he said, well, Shisaku's going to win. And all these other Go players were asking him, well, why? How do you know Shisaku's going to win this game? Like, what do you mean? Like, white is winning. And he goes, no, but when Shisaku played this move, Genin's ears turned bright red. Didn't know what to do with it.
So that's the move?
Hence the ear-reddening move, yeah.
Right there.
That's it. And Genin, a little bit later, there's some other exchanges that go on over here. Here, I'll play a few more moves out. I don't want to do the whole game for certain, but I'll show you how this move works a little bit. You do sort of get the feeling like Genin doesn't know what to do with it. Like, this move doesn't do anything by itself, right? It's all these very, very timid connections. But just watch. I mean, if we play a few moves, how this move makes anything else Shisaku wants to do a lot easier for the rest of the game. So he says, oh, okay, well, you're going to play in the middle of the board where there are no points. Good for you. I'm going to go take real points. And Shisaku descends. Then Genin says, oh, well, you're trying to build up over here, as am I. I'm going to build up myself while reducing you. At which point Shisaku comes in and reduces. And because this stone is there, this stone can't actually be attacked. All right, white comes up. Black just goes out. It has a friend. No problem. Oops. White comes underneath. This is a cool move. Again, threatening to disconnect that way, as well as cut through this way. And Genin plays an ear-reddening move his own. Doesn't make Shisaku's ears red, but this is equally praiseworthy. And after people saw it, they went, wow, Shisaku's move is really good. Because Genin wants to do all the same things that this move did, right? Attack this, reduce this, attack that, right? Or have support for, deny support to that. So Genin plays his own ear-reddening version there, right? Same idea, all for the same exact reasons. But the problem is it's a move too late, right? It has a bias towards this side, So Shusaku defends on this side first.
Why does it have a bias toward that side?
Oh, because it's on this side of the
that
stone.
side of that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so Shusaku comes over here first. Again, it says, oh, well, you defended over there, so I'm going to attack you there, right? That was the other meaning of this move, to attack these. But Shusaku finds this move. And this move actually means that white can't seal them in because of cuts and escape routes. You can't get both sides at once. Again, it tries to seal it in, but it's already out, basically. So he has to sort of give up on this and come back. And we get these very, very advanced exchanges. Now that we have these stones here, we can play moves like this that threaten to cut off all of white's stones. Yeah, Shusaku doesn't even care about the corner, right? He says, okay, you want it? Take it. We're going to cut something off here. White comes up this way. Black threatens to just, cut that clean off. White still isn't out yet, so white needs to cut. All right, and you see how white's about to cut off this group? Ear-reddening move. Go that way. Right, coming from the other side. Again, white tries to cut it off. Again, we're trying to eat those. All right, this whole big exchange. White plays here. There's no cut here, right? Because of this stone and this stone. If white wants to cut this, it just dies. So he plays here first to make that work. But again, Shusaku just parries. He comes down, and black's out. I don't really play the moves on the board. But basically what happens is Shusaku eventually seals this off. White gets in here a little bit, but Shusaku captures this to make up for it. These actually die. They get cut off sort of while white's too busy saving his own stones. Sure enough, these do not die because of this connection from that stone. And in the end, it's about a 2 or 3 point win. I'm actually not sure which. 2 or 3 point win for black. At the very end, without Komi. So granted, if there was Komi, white would win. But there's actually a large code on here that forms, but Shusaku just doesn't even fight the code because he knows he's going to win by 2 points. So he doesn't have to. That's the game. Well, he's up to the ear-reddening. What do you think?
Wow.
Yeah. Definitely scary good. I mean, but this is how if you go through, the Shusaku games, or, really any professional, but Shusaku in particular has a knack for finding these little extra special moves that, no one else would be thinking of, right? He's sort of in his own universe. Part of that has to do with just the time limit, right? When you're playing a game over 3 days, and you're literally taking, 20 minutes on each move before you play it. It can be very helpful to your Go playing ability. For me, it's probably detrimental, but for someone like Shusaku, concentrate for that long, it's great. You can do things and find things that no one else sees. No one's, all right. I guess we'll stop there. No one wants to say anything.